Yuma, thank you for tuning in today. Today I'll be talking about how we're using expert elicitation to determine ecological connectivity in the urban footprint within the ACT. Creating and maintaining habitat connectivity through Canberra's urban space is an important part of conserving biodiversity within the ACT. And this requires careful planning and decision making around future developments as well as habitat restorations. And this is in order to reduce the impacts of climate change, habitat loss and fragmentation while enabling ecosystem services. However, the ACT has limited land available and there are a number of competing objectives. And this needs to be put into balance with biological conservation. So while we can protect, restore and build habitat and wildlife corridors, this must be fit for purpose for the biodiversity that exists here. If we knew what habitat looked like for a range of different species, we could map it. Similarly, if we knew what connectivity was required, we could map that too. In the absence of this information, developments will occur without sufficient consideration of the impacts on landscape scale connectivity, and this means that there will be a reduced resilience of populations occurring. To address this, we're building on the method developed and led by Holly Kirk at the Clean Air and Urban Landscapes Hub. And through this approach, we can identify habitat features, buffer them by how far species can move, break up those areas according to barriers, and then identify disconnected habitat patches. In terms of being able to draw habitat on a map, however, we need to understand what it looks like for different species and different taxonomic groups. Limited information exists on the habitat and connectivity for biodiversity in the urban footprint of the ACT. And in this instance, a case-by-case species assessment is not feasible. To fill in these knowledge gaps and quantify ecological connectivity, we're using a structured expert elicitation process known as the IDEA protocol. And briefly, the IDEA protocol recruits a diverse group of experts to answer questions with probabilistic or quantitative responses. And through this expert elicitation, we're able to quantify the structural arrangement of habitat, identify barriers to movement for species occurring in the urban space. So for example, for metrics such as how far apart trees are, these can now be quantified. In terms of progress on this project, we have recruited a diverse panel of over 60 experts with extensive knowledge across taxa and have identified 7 taxon groups that capture key habitat occurring within the ACT. And through the expert elicitation process, we have quantified 30 spatial metrics. This information can then be used to inform developments or the creation of wildlife corridors, making them fit for purpose in the ACT. Where is this taking us? Well, stage 2 will go back to the expert elicitation process to better understand the management principles. And these will then inform guidelines to assist with on-ground management and citizen science programs. We have had a fantastic amount of engagement across a range of institutions, and these experts have contributed a phenomenal amount of knowledge. So my special thanks to those who have participated so far. For more information on this project, please come chat to me at my poster. Alternatively, my contact details are in the top right-hand corner. Thank you.